Good morning. Let's put our cameras up. Nope, that's the wrong camera. Boop. That's the right camera. Where can I put you guys? Right there? All right. Rear facing cam going up. Forward facing cam on the driver's side going up. Now we've got our shoulder cam right over here, which gets folded in. We are along the Fraser River. No, we're not. Thompson River. We're on the South Thompson River. There we go. Get that sucker up. Oh, make sure that door is closed. It's a really cold day, but it's kind of beautiful. And I don't ever drive this road. It takes slightly longer than my normal route, but I wanted to do something a little different. Okay. Come on, car. Nope, wouldn't move over for me. Okay, let's get up to speed here. So we're on Trans-Canada Highway number 1, the biggest highway in Canada. As far as the longest highway in Canada. Well, not even that. Yeah, it would be the longest named highway in Canada. Trans-Canada Highway number 1 goes all the way from St. John's, Newfoundland to, well, it splits up. Goes all the way to Victoria, British Columbia, or all the way up to Prince Rupert, British Columbia. Prince Rupert might be a little longer. Is the ferry from Prince Rupert down to Victoria, Trans-Canada? I don't know the answer to it. I have to look it up. Oh look, a train. CPKC. Only one engine up front. Probably a lot of empty containers going back to the coast. So we're coming into, what town is this? Chase? I think we're coming into the town of Chase. Let's see how the construction is. See how the construction on Highway 1 is going. Last time I drove through Chase, this was still all under construction, so we'll see. We're gonna have to set cruise control. I'm going to end up speeding otherwise. There's a whole bunch of empty spine cars for containers. And that's the end of that train. Speed limit's 90 kilometers an hour. I wish it was 100 here, but it is what it is. Coming into Chase. I think that's the town. coming up though is the turn off to go to can't remember the lake name. We load there all the time. Yeah, apparently my memory is, well, Jess, I always say Jess is my memory, so I've left her at home this week. Adams Lake turnoff is coming up soon. That's it, Adams Lake. Chase Creek to Chase West. Complete. It says it's complete on that side. Do we get to increase our speed limit here to 100? No? Still 90? I don't see a speed limit sign that allows us to go faster. So I loaded in cam loops and we're going to trail. Normally I would leave cam loops and just take Highway 97 all the way down to Kelowna. From Kelowna take 33 down to 3. Take 3 all the way up to up and over Paulson to Castlegar and then south on, what is that, 22? Into trail. But I wanted to change it up today. This means I have to take a ferry later on in the dark, which is why this route is slower. It's actually like 20 kilometers shorter, but thanks to the ferry, it's slower. But this also bypasses the passes. I don't have to go over Paulson. I don't have to go over Eholt. I don't have to go over the Kelowna Rock Creek Pass. I don't have to go over Mont Lake Pass. All these passes that I bypass going this way. So if I time it out right with a ferry, I need to stop and get some fuel. It's going to be very tight if I can make it in time for this first sailing. If I time it out, it'll be almost like the same time getting to the customer. If I don't time it out, we're going to have to wait an extra hour. And that just means I go off-duty sleeper mode, and I haven't really lost that hour. I just have to... Man, that corner is off angle. I don't like it at all. People are going to crash on that corner on an icy day. Looks like it's all done. It's all 4-lane through here now. That's nice. Now can we just get the rest to be 4-lane? Hard climb here. So if you see a lake beside us on our left hand side, that is Little Shuswap Lake. beautiful, beautiful lakes down here. Huge, huge lakes. Excuse me. I'm fighting this cough all week, the last 2 weeks. Like I said, I'm not sick, I just have that just slightly congested feeling. And this road does have little climbs like this, but none of them are passes. They're just short little climbs like this, not those hard climbs where you're climbing for kilometer after kilometer after kilometer. It's like short little distance. What a view. What a view. Little Shuswap Lake obviously means there's a Shuswap Lake, which will, as soon as we're past this lake, the next lake is Shuswap Lake. Next town we hit would be Salmon Arm. Yes, like the fish salmon. Salmon Arm. So fish arm? Yeah, I don't know where that name comes in. I guess, well, if you look at the lake, okay, if you look at the lake, there's like an arm of the lake that comes down. And I bet you there were a lot of salmon on that arm of the lake. So Salmon Arm? That'd be my guess. Actually, this highway's pretty empty for being the main link east to west. Pretty darn empty. Bouncy, very bouncy road. Train track is now on our right hand side. Plus 1.5 degrees Celsius. We're entering the Adams Lake Indian Reservation over here. We're also entering the Columbia Shuswap District. leaving the Thompson-Nicola district behind us. When you see a sign on a road that says no through road on an obvious through road, it's like I can look at that road and I can see it loops around, comes back to the highway. You just don't want tourists and boondockers to come and drive through your little village. Fair enough, right? Flat decks, huh? This is the start to Shuswap Lake. Still the South Thompson River, but Shuswap Lake starts right about here. And the rest of this video, we will be following this lake. We'll drive a little bit further away from it, but we'll come back to the lake. Got quite a few little pullouts like this down this road, but not really any rest areas, so watch your step in those pullouts. If a trucker's sleeping there, you gotta pee somewhere. Salmon Arm is 40 kilometers away. A beautiful landscape. It's pretty windy out though. any sun. I mean, as soon as we get sun, it's going to get colder, but even now the clouds are so high that we're not really keeping the heat in. When you have low-laying clouds, you keep the heat in, but these high clouds, the heat kind of does escape. I guess we do have another small town here before Salmon Arm. And for the beginning of February here, the weather is gorgeous. Considering that time of year and it's plus 2 degrees Celsius is a little bit insane. There's a truck wash in Sycamoose. Now I was thinking, like, I'll look at the timing of the ferry. Maybe I can go wash the truck. Nope, if I wash the truck, I'm not making the ferry. So if all of a sudden I get to Sycamoose and it looks like I'm not going to make the ferry, I'll quickly stop and wash the truck. Right now I don't have those plans. Right now I plan on making the ferry. Welcome to Sorrento. Radio on? No, I have it off. Okay. At this hill. It's a small little hill, but it slows you right down. And we have a decent weight on the back, but nowhere near legal max. I think I could have probably picked up 2 more bundles, but this customer always is a set amount. They never load you to legal max. I think it's a logistics thing. They're a big enough company that they want to know guaranteed the day and time each load is moving. And since this is going on to train cars to go down to Mexico, they want to be able to load exactly the right quantity for the train cars. Doing 64 kilometers an hour. Like I said, it's not a very steep hill. My GPS says 2% grade. I'm surprised I'm keeping up with that logging truck. He has 2 less axles than me, and I'm not loaded to the max, but he should be faster than me. I guess he could have lower horsepower than me. Somehow I don't think that. Maybe he is just loaded right to the max legal weight. And since I am actually not max legal weight, it means it puts us at similar. Actually, he only has 1 less axle than me. Yeah, I'm just looking. He's going to try them on his truck. So he only has 1 less axle than me, and he's got the big wide steer tires. So he is, yeah, never mind. He's only a little bit lighter than me. If he's max weight, we're probably very close to the same weight. You guys asked a great question. Running the highways I do, wouldn't it make more sense for me to have a tri-drive like that logging truck in front of me? Instead of just having 2 drive axles, have 3 drive axles. Because that would give us so much more traction going up a mountain and down a mountain. Traction increase would be tremendous, and I could carry more weight. Only one problem with that. The way these Super Bs are set up, we are so close to the max length. Unlike in the US, a lot of US, like you're allowed to, you know how in the US they have these super long extended trucks where the trailer is half a mile behind the truck for looks? You'll never see a truck like that in Canada because they're illegal here. We have a legal total length we're allowed to be. With the Super B and the truck, we are very, very close to max length. I've had people ask, why don't we put a full length trailer on the back of the B train? The same reason, legal length limits. There is such a thing as a extended Super B trailer that the government gave special permits to during the pine beetle epidemic, because pine beetle wood was so dried out that nobody could make money off of it because it was just so light. And they extended those trailers slightly. But then there's also a bunch of chip trailers that are extended longer because they have day cabs and no sleeper on the truck, so the trucks are shorter. And then they have special extended trailers that don't need the special permit. And if you put those on a sleeper truck, my truck would be legal if we took the moose guard off. That's how much I'd be over length. See how he's got a tri-drive? And his steer tires are way wider than mine, so he can carry more weight on his steers. Probably is heavier than me. Highway is quite groovy. Groovy. It's grooved out, so when you change lanes, it kind of sucks you back and forth. Speed limit's 100 here, right? Pretty sure I saw 100. Hope I'm not speeding. Coming into a new construction zone here. Gotta go through a dip and up, and then there's a new construction zone there. Let's see how they're doing. They're replacing a bunch of bridges and 4-laning. See those concrete bins on the left-hand side? 2 of them. Black and white dome tops to them. You guys know what those are? That is cow feed. Basically, you cut grass, and then there's a blower. It's extremely loud, these blowers. Really high pitch blower winding sound. You dump all your cut grass, your hay, into those silos while the grass is still wet. And then as the grass gets put on top, it compacts the grass on the bottom, compressing it, getting all the oxygen out of it. You want to force in as much grass on the top as you can, get as much oxygen out as you can. Green wet grass with as little oxygen as you can starts fermenting, and it basically skips a step in the cow's stomachs, so they have the nutrients quicker and faster, so you can fatten up your cows faster, and the grass stays mold free for longer. Call it silage. A lot of farmers put silage just on the ground, or call those silage pits, and then drive up and down over top of it, compacting it down, try to get the oxygen out that way, and then they cover it with a big rubber tarp. Wonder if the rest area is open here yet. Sign says 4-laning completed in 2026 fall. So the fall of this year it's supposed to be done. See, that says 100. I'm not crazy. Could knock it down to 90 here soon. that sign would have been the 90 sign. It's covered up. Or maybe that's for the exit sign. So the rest area is not open yet, but I don't see why not. Just pit toilets, but heck yeah, it's better than what we had before. Is this just finished? They're not slowing us down. We're still at 100. This is definitely a lot further done. This bridge is done? No way. Looks like they still have to do some landscaping on the side, but geez, that pickup is impatient. There we go, there's our reduced to 90. No way, it's all done. That's awesome. To still seed the whole cliffside with grass and stuff, but looks like there's still concrete need to be done in the center, so it's just finishing touches. I forgot to look up the bridge closures through Sycamoose. Hopefully that doesn't screw me up. On. Just got a little hill to climb. Salmon Arm 11 kilometers. Revelstoke 116. Building a rest area here too, or is this just part of 4-laning? This is obviously not done yet here. In this section either, but there's nobody working here. All the equipment's cleaned up. I wonder if they cleaned it up for the winter and coming back in spring? Although with the year we've had, they could have just kept working. Or was this just a construction site for rocks for that new section that's finished now? Maybe that's it. This was never going to be 4-lane anytime soon, but they needed rocks. And why not pull rocks from an area that you can 4-lane in the future? keep our eye out for digital signs as we go through Sycamoose about road closures or not. Maybe those are all shut down over winter too. It's nice to have a little bit more 4-lane, but we need a lot more. We need it all to be 4-lane. During the winter, the traffic isn't bad, but during the summer, during tourist season, this highway is just stupid busy. Unfortunately, a lot of tourists didn't take into consideration that they would be in a traffic jam, and they left themselves just enough time to get from one hotel to the other, and now they're running late and very impatient and make dangerous passes on the highway. The VHF radio. CB radio is dead quiet. Nothing going on over there. If you guys ever see me in the wild, my VHF radio is on LAD 1, almost always turned on. And my CB radio is on 1.9. It was a 1.8. 1.9er. And I'll hear you on the CB, but I don't even have a microphone plugged in. So say hi to me, tell me you're coming up past me, and then I'll honk my horn at you if you're on the CB. Welcome to Salmon Arm.
What did he do? No. Oh, yeah, no, I went around
Stale green is going to switch on me. I think we're okay. Now we're in an exit only, even though the center line's not painted double wide. Most of the time, exit only, they have the wide painted line. These guys failed on that job. Water restrictions at level 1, which means no restrictions. Very swampy area over here. I'll tell you what, if you stay in a hotel down here in the swampy area, when a train goes by, your whole hotel room is going to be just shaking at night. So if you're going to be staying in Salmon Arm and don't want your hotel room to shake all night, maybe get a hotel at the top of the hill. Down here near Walmart, don't recommend. You get used to it. I worked at this Walmart for a couple of weeks and stayed at the hotel. Can't remember what the hotel was, but just down the street. And every time a train would come by, it was just an earthquake. Can you imagine how cracked your walls and everything is going to be if you live down here? I guess it's all just commercial and there's no residential down here, probably for that reason. Sweet. It's 2 lights I've timed out perfectly. Well, 3 really, because the other one was stale. See if we can get the next one. It's red right now. I think we just hammer down. By the time we get there, it should be green. Maybe not hammer down. Let's coast a little. Still red. Come on, don't do me like this. Oh, they get an advanced green. Oh no. Shoulda coasted. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Next one's green, and there's a person standing there. That's gonna switch on me because the person has pressed the button. Holy smokes, there it goes. On. Hard little climb up. Up here it's solid rock, so your hotel won't be shaking up here. And it's a lot further away from the railroad. Excuse me. hotels up here, probably quite a bit more expensive. But do you want to sleep overnight or do you not want to sleep overnight? If you guys are seeing the lakeway in the background, that is still Shuswap. Might be the hardest climb we do on this road. So we turn off in Revelstoke. After Revelstoke, that's where the real climbs through the mountains are. From here to Revelstoke is pretty flat. Restaurant. I always liked home restaurant. Very much comfort foods. And it was one of the few restaurants, because when I worked here at Walmart, I was the graveyard shift. At the end of my shift of work, I came here to home restaurant and had supper at 8 a.m. They were kind enough to give me a limited menu of stuff I could order, burgers. I couldn't have fries, but I could have burgers and hash browns, right? So after I've done an 8-hour shift of work, funny 8-hour shift of work. 8-hour shift used to be long. It's funny how your times get skewed. Things you complain about, but after an 8-hour shift, I didn't want to have breakfast. I wanted to have supper. And they would make me a meal not on the menu. The very first time I came, they were a little hesitant, but they kind of made me something. I tipped really well, and then the rest of the weeks that I came in, there was no issues with me having supper for breakfast. I kept tipping very well. Highway 1 closed Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Shoot. Shoot. This adds an extra 10 minutes to the trip. Darn it. That's okay, I guess. I was looking forward to driving that section. Anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed that. A little bit different. construction is like, I wasn't expecting to go through those zones completely done with construction, so that was nice.
Southeast.
No, Garmin, we're not doing that, but okay. But for now, I am out of here. We'll catch up with you guys on the next one. Really, really appreciate all the people that have hit that subscribe button. Appreciate you guys watching the videos. Making it all the way back to the air horn over here. And huge thanks for sharing this on your social medias. Sharing this with your friends. Getting your friends to subscribe and watch as well. Because if you enjoyed it, maybe one of your friends will as well. But for now, I am out of here. You guys absolutely rock.